Hello everyone and welcome back. Before I get going with this video, I just want to make sure that everybody's clear. I'm not knocking Drolet, the people that actually make wood stoves. They've been making wood stoves for many years. I've had one Drolet wood stove prior, as you know, according to my videos, the Drolet Sahara. And I had a stove previous to that in this identical chimney setup. I alluded to one of my videos about a sort of a strange phenomenon where I'm getting a whistling noise coming from the damper because there's a hole in the actual damper. So the actual, when you close your draft, we'll say, it's not fully closed because there's a hole in the damper and there's always air traveling through that. And in my situation, because of the resonance of the chimney, I'm getting like a wind howling in the stove, whether it's lit or not, and it's light wind, moderate wind, or high wind. It's the same thing. Very seldom does the noise go away. I guess a certain type of wind that stops, but it's mostly there when the draft is completely shut. So I explained that situation to the technical people at Drolet, and I'm not trying not to belabor this process. I just want to show you what I'm going to be doing here. It says, Dear Andy, what you are hearing is the accelerated chimney draft in high wind situations. Now, it's not only high wind situations, even in calm days I was hearing noise. The airflow speed has found a resonating frequency for the size of the air intake hole. This is a natural phenomenon that is not a common occurrence. It essentially means that the chimney draft is higher than expected. The only way to change this would be to alter the chimney height, the black pipe configuration, or possibly add a key damper. Now the damper is illegal. It's not illegal, but it's insurances don't allow it, and it's not something that an inspector would pass. You have to remove dampers from your chimney. That's been changed as a while. In short, the only correction is to alter the airflow somehow. So I messaged them back and asked them, is it necessary to have this hole there? Is there a kit that I can buy to plug the hole? And of course, that was Wednesday of last week. Today is Sunday. Now I know they're off to go to the office, but I'm not hearing back from them. So to that end, here I am. Stove is going, of course. It's in the fall. It's not cold out. It's about, I think it's about, let me see. What is the temperature outside? It's 5 degrees out. Okay, Celsius, so yeah. So basically this is the issue here, if we can get in there. And before I show you, yes, it's a cotton glove I have in the hole, and there's no flames in that area, and I'm monitoring it. And right now the stove is burning very slowly and the draft is off. Okay, so right down here you'll see I have the ash pan removed, and then underneath, if I can get under here in a comfortable position, you get a flashlight. You'll see I have a finger of a cotton glove inserted into the hole of the draft. Now, if you could see that, let me just move the draft so you'll see what I'm talking about. Very difficult to show, but here we go. You see that? Now the draft is slightly cracked. You see the vent there? Shut off. Now watch when I remove the glove. Or listen when I remove the glove. Okay, and let me plug it with my fingers. Don't get very hot here, guys and gals, so no concerns. I know you can't see it because I can't hold the light, the camera, and my finger in this hole at the same time. Remove. Plug. So my intention is to run the stove for a while with this hole plugged with this piece of cotton glove. Now the cotton glove, of course, there's a little bit of air managing to get through this hole, I know. But eventually what I intend to do is I'm going to remove, if all else fails, I will remove the mechanism here. There's a screw down here, right here. Remove this. I'm going to take this plate off, fill it on the outside here with JB Weld, put it back in place. Now the issue is, because that's howling, because he told me that's not natural, but it's not, basically it's not something of, I don't think would be of immediate concern, other than I just got too much draft. But the issue I'm having is that I can see so far is that the stove is not burning as long as it should. So basically the burn times, we'll say the good burn time on this stove right now, because the draft is not shutting completely because of that hole, and I do have extra draft, as you can see. You can see the fire perked up since I pulled the glove out. So the stove is actually not actually getting too much air, and it's burning too fast. My old stove never had this issue, and the stove before that never had this issue. It's only this stove I'm having the problem, and I discovered, I knew the drafts on the other stoves, the Sahara, did not have a hole like that. So this is an experiment, and I guess it's going to carry on for the next few days. I'm hoping to hear back from Drolet. But I think I'm going to be taking out this draft plate, and I'll be filling that hole. I mean, truth be known, I've been operating stoves since I've been a kid, and I know if a stove needs a little bit of oxygen, all you need to do, you see right here, this lever here, once I got that hole plugged, I just touch it like that, and there's a little slit there, and it manages to get air. It needs air, but it shouldn't. Should be able to block this right off, because it should be naturally be pulling air in, because the stove is absolutely not airtight. And there is a very, very small hole there as well. It looks like a third air intake. If I can get to that, I'll show you. I don't know a whole lot about the stove, and I'm not professing that Drolet tell me everything, all their secrets about stoves. But if I could show you back there, let me see. How can I do this? It's relatively impossible, but there. See back there, in that little circle, half circle, there's a hole there. So there's actually a third vent there, and it's very small, and that's not the issue. The issue is that hole there. Now that vent, that is totally shut off, you see? So here we are. I'm going to have to come up with a redesign. So I'll be doing that, and I'll let you know how it works. Like I say, it doesn't matter, because I won't have to take this off again. If I do need to give the stove a bit of oxygen, I know all I got to do is put a setting here. There's little holes here. But I can go in and I can adjust this so that it doesn't fully shut. But just touch it like that. Watch it, listen to the noise go away when I give it more air. There. As soon as I shut it off, you get that howling noise. Never had that before in my life. So anyway, like I say, not knocking Drolet. They make beautiful stoves, but this is my remedy for this problem. If you ever run into it, this is what I'm going to be doing, and I'll do a follow-up. But I think it's going to work. This is the issue, and this is going to take care of it, and it'll slow down the burn time of my stove, so I can get the recommended, what they're saying is 10 to 12 hours of burn time. Should be able to get that no problem. I got it with the Sahara. This here got a bigger firebox. And, and it's a better design, they'll say. So if I can tighten her up and get less draft, less going on there, and get rid of that howling, I should have myself a decent stove for the winter. Anyway, stay tuned in the future for any updates, but I think this is the solution, and that's what I'll be going with. Thanks for watching.